Hi, I'm Detective Incognito, and I explore events that challenge what we know about our current world. What you're about to hear will change the way you see life. Welcome to another investigation. 2014. Christian Shigdi at Google discovers something that would fundamentally challenge our understanding of artificial intelligence. He can make a neural network see an elephant as a clock, a building as a person, a dog as an airplane. The trick requires no dramatic alterations, just tiny, invisible changes to pixel values that human eyes cannot detect. The neural network, however, sees something completely different. Researchers call these adversarial examples, images specifically crafted to exploit the vulnerabilities in how artificial intelligence processes visual information. If you want to understand how machines can be fooled into seeing things that don't exist, subscribe to this channel, because what scientists discovered reveals a fundamental flaw in how artificial intelligence perceives reality. This is the story of images no model should create, yet every model is vulnerable to. In 2014, Christian Shigdi published a paper titled Intriguing Properties of Neural Networks that would transform the field of AI security. The research documented a disturbing phenomenon. State-of-the-art image recognition systems could be completely fooled by modifications so subtle that humans wouldn't notice them. Adding carefully calculated noise to an image caused deep neural networks to misclassify. With absolute confidence, a picture of a panda could be altered imperceptibly, yet the AI would classify it as a gibbon with 99% certainty. In one striking experiment, researchers modified images so that AlexNet would categorize every single image as ostrich, regardless of actual content. Ian Goodfellow developed the fast gradient sign method in 2015, providing a systematic technique for generating these adversarial examples. The concept was analogous to optical illusions, but operating at a level humans cannot perceive. The discovery revealed that deep learning systems possessed inherent small perturbations in input space caused massive changes in output predictions. This vulnerability wasn't a bug that could be patched, but a fundamental characteristic of how these systems process information. But researchers discovered humans could be fooled too. For years, scientists assumed adversarial examples were purely a machine problem, artifacts of artificial processing that wouldn't affect biological vision. Research published in Nature Communications in 2023 shattered that assumption. The study revealed that adversarial perturbations, designed to fool artificial neural networks, also subtly influenced human perception and decision-making. Experiments showed that when humans viewed images with adversarial modifications, their choices exhibited measurable bias, even though they couldn't consciously detect the alterations. Both biological and artificial vision systems process higher-order statistics of natural images in similar ways. The critical difference lies in interpretation. Humans might perceive adversarial modifications as slight artifacts, but maintain correct object recognition. Neural networks completely misclassify the image with high confidence. The vulnerability manifested in terrifying real-world scenarios. Researchers demonstrated that stop signs could be modified with stickers, causing autonomous vehicle systems to misread them as merge signs or speed limit indicators. In a demonstration by McAfee researchers, a simple piece of black tape placed strategically on a speed limit sign caused a Tesla to accelerate 80 kilometers per hour above the posted limit. These weren't theoretical attacks but practical demonstrations using physical objects in real environments. Researchers suggest this vulnerability extends beyond recognition into generation. The 2024 U.S. election cycle saw unprecedented use of AI-generated images for disinformation. The proposed solution was deployment of AI detectors Systems designed to identify synthetically generated images. Aiinnovation published research in 2020 for examining the adversarial robustness of these detectors. The findings were devastating. State-of-the-art detection systems proved highly vulnerable to adversarial attacks. The team tested for leading detection methods against 5 different attack algorithms. In every case, attackers could dramatically reduce classification performance. Research by Yunfeng Dao documented specific vulnerabilities. Their frequency-based post-trained Bayesian attack succeeded as a black box attack, meaning attackers didn't even need access to the detector's internal architecture. By analyzing only the outputs, they could craft adversarial examples that fool the system. The implication is profoundly troubling. The very tools designed to protect against synthetic media manipulation are themselves easily deceived. As detection technology improves, attack methods evolve in parallel. Studies indicate this creates an arms race. Nobody can win. The same techniques used to compromise AI systems are now being repurposed as protective measures. Researchers at the University of Chicago developed Nightshade in 2023, a data poisoning tool for artists concerned about unauthorized scraping. The system allows artists to add imperceptible filters to images that, when scraped and used for training, corrupt the resulting models. Researchers created PhotoGuard, a system that immunizes images against manipulation by diffusion models. The paradox is striking. Adversarial techniques that threatened AI security are now marketed as protective measures. Florian Tramer at Zurich emphasized the fundamental challenge. Designing robust protections remains a hard open problem. Once images with protective modifications are published online, attackers can analyze them and develop countermeasures. Regulatory bodies have begun addressing these concerns. The White House Executive Order on AI in 2023 and the European Union AI Act in 2020 for both include frameworks for AI security, yet regulations struggle to keep pace with technical evolution. This remains one of AI's most pressing security challenges. The existence of adversarial examples raises an existential question for the digital age. How can we trust visual information when both human and machine vision can be subtly manipulated? A nascent industry sells stealth streetwear featuring adversarial patterns designed to fool facial recognition systems, allowing wearers to evade surveillance cameras. Critics point out practical limitations. Nick Frost at Google Brain noted that physically removing a stop sign is simpler than crafting adversarial modifications. Yet the fundamental vulnerability persists. The AI research community has operated on an assumption that models will generalize to slightly different distributions. Adversarial examples reveal this assumption as dangerously optimistic. Proposed solutions include designing neural networks with characteristics more aligned with human perception, potentially making them less susceptible to adversarial manipulation. Content provenance initiatives like C2PA developed watermarking schemes to verify image authenticity. However, research in 2023 demonstrated that even these watermarks remain vulnerable to adversarial attacks. Scientists still debate whether we can ever fully secure AI vision systems. Adversarial examples reveal something profound about artificial intelligence. These systems don't see the world the way humans do. They process visual information through mathematical transformations that remain fundamentally different from biological vision. The discovery forces us to confront uncomfortable truths. We've built technology we cannot fully secure. We've created systems that perceive reality in ways we don't entirely understand. We've deployed these systems in critical applications, from medical diagnosis to autonomous vehicles to content moderation. knowing they possess exploitable vulnerabilities. The question isn't whether adversarial examples exist. Evidence confirms they're an inherent property of neural network architectures. The question is what we do with this knowledge. Do we accept the limitations and design systems with appropriate safeguards? Do we restrict deployment until fundamental vulnerabilities are resolved? Christian Schiegde's original research emphasized the brittle nature of neural networks, a characteristic not observed in human perception. A decade later, that brittleness remains as AI systems become more sophisticated. The challenge of distinguishing authentic from artificial intensifies. If machines can be fooled by noise humans cannot see, what else are they missing? Understanding adversarial examples isn't about undermining confidence in AI, but about building it properly. Recognizing limitations is the first step toward addressing them. If exploring the boundaries of machine perception fascinates you, join this journey, because studying how AI can be deceived teaches us not just about technological vulnerabilities, but about the surprising complexity of vision itself and the care required when deploying systems that see the world so differently from us. If you liked, subscribe to the channel, like the video and activate the bell. Leave your opinion in the comments to let me know what you thought. Thanks for sticking around and see you in the next video.